get.
Hey, I'm PH and welcome to Good Bible Knowledge with PhD. In this set of videos, I want to study the words and works of Jesus to give a clear understanding and a deeper appreciation of the love of God expressed through this most important figure in human history. And I hope these videos will help you in your own spiritual journey in Jesus. Let's get started. During Jesus' time, the people of Israel were guided by the teachings of the Pharisees, who said that the only way to God and to forgiveness of sin is through a stringent observance of the Old Testament laws, and to this they added thousands of man-made laws to keep the people under a form of spiritual bondage and slavery. When the Pharisees questioned Jesus regarding the tradition of fasting, he responded, "No one tears a piece of fabric from a brand new garment in order to patch an old one. Neither would a person put precious new wine into an old wineskin." In this, Jesus made it clear that he did not come to fix an old system, but rather to usher in a new one. In order to enter the kingdom of God, the legalistic practices of the Pharisees had to be discarded and replaced by a new form of righteousness that comes only through faith. This caused a rift between Jesus and the Pharisees, and the conflict was further intensified by Jesus' actions regarding the Sabbath. The centerpiece of the Pharisaic system was their numerous regulations related to the Sabbath, the holy day of rest. In the Bible, God had given the Sabbath as a form of rest to rejuvenate the body and refresh the spirit. But the Pharisees had perverted this practice into an oppressive regimen of man-made laws enforced through intimidation, shame, and even the threat of death. During one Sabbath day, Jesus was walking by the pool of Bethesda in Jerusalem when he saw a man who had been invalid for 38 years. Filled with compassion, Jesus asked the man, "Do you wish to get well?" The man answered, "Yes, but I have no one to help me." To this Jesus said, "Get up, take up your mat, and walk." And the man immediately stood up and walked. When the Pharisees saw this man carrying his mat, instead of rejoicing in God's miraculous healing, they were incensed at the fact that he had picked up his mat on the Sabbath, which was in violation of the rules that they had written regarding the Sabbath. The Pharisees then harshly reprimanded the man and began persecuting Jesus. On another Sabbath day, Jesus was teaching in the synagogue when he saw a man with a hand that was shriveled. Jesus asked the man to come forward, and in the presence of everyone in the synagogue, he said, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" The Pharisees had very strict laws forbidding healing on the Sabbath. And Jesus then exposed the hypocrisy of the laws of the Pharisees. He said to them, "According to your laws, you permit yourselves to rescue an animal that has accidentally fallen into a pit. Yet those same rules forbid you from helping this brother who has been suffering from this debilitating condition." Jesus then said, "Which is more honoring to God, obeying your rules or doing good to a person in need?" Jesus then turned to the man and said, "Stretch out your hand." And immediately his hand was restored to perfect condition. Again, instead of honoring God for what they had just witnessed, the Pharisees were furious at Jesus and began plotting to kill him. These two instances regarding the Sabbath are significant, as they not only expose the hypocrisy of the Pharisees, but more importantly, they displayed the true heart of God. That God is not simply looking for people who try to obey all the rules. Rather, he is seeking those who are willing to humbly pursue him by faith, for such is the kingdom of God. Thanks for listening to another episode of Good Bible Knowledge. We'll see you next time.